There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting random DOS game show, and this is the one we've all been waiting for. That's right, it's the American Challenge, a sailing simulation from 1986. Though I should point out that Mindscape are quite a good publisher. So in front of me, have a screenshot on my phone of the controls for this game. And I'll walk you through them because, as with other sailing simulations I've played, I think I played one, maybe one other, the controls are utterly ridiculous because, for those who don't know, sailing is quite difficult. It's an acquired skill. So, let us begin. And we have a choice between one computer version or two computer version. And we have a choice. PC speed is 40% faster. Oh no, we'll just go PC speed. And we shall have the good ship, Lawnie, it doesn't allow me to go that fast or that far. Boaty McBoat. Boaty McB. And we have a choice now between sailboat or motorboat. And the differences should be apparent. If you're riding along in a motorboat, you don't have to worry about half the controls, because you just increase the speed of the motor with R and T, increase and decrease, respectively, according to this nice key map that I have in front of me. But let's actually do some sailing. Boaty McB. Choose a course for the sailboat with the spacebar. So we've a series of courses that we could do, but let's face it, we need some practice. So press enter when ready. Alright. So what's happening here? I'm hitting space, but it's just cycling through. So I think the space bar just moves the arrow to the course that you want to test your sailing skills on. We'll hit enter. And there we are. We're sailing. Now, in order to let the sail out, we need to use A and S. And that alters how the sail is let out. And it also makes PC speaker noises when you mess up. Now, to pull the sail in, we can slowly pull the sail in with D, and you can see, yep, the PC speaker has decided, right, Lawnie, that's a bad idea. Oh no, I'm capsizing the boat. Right, we need to fix this, man. Let the sail out. There we go. And the PC speaker is back, informing us that, yes, this was the correct choice. So you have to alternate between slow pull-ins and slow let-outs, or fast pull-ins and fast let-outs, in order to keep your sailboat in tip-top condition. Make sense? So ASDF, essentially. Now, you can see the other boats by pressing B. That's a toggle button, so you have a choice whether you want to see the opposition or not. But since we're in the practice mode, we don't really have any opposition to see. So you then have, yes, it keeps going, the rudder controls. So with J, we can turn the rudder. And you can see the rudder turning is actually quite immediate. So J turns us to the left, L turns us to the right, and if you want to stop a turn, you just hit K. And that steadies the boat. We can send a message with M, but since this is practice mode, we don't really need that. And then, I think that's the bulk of things. You can zoom in and out with I and O. So if you want to just see your boat in the distance, you can. If you want to bring it back in, and get real close so you can determine how the wireframe mesh of your boat is being affected by your rudder skills, you can. And then finally, much like other sailing simulations, this one has the option to just view your boat overhead. Granted, you don't get any of the PC speaker noises, but a lot of the sailing simulators of the time were top-down. So if you already knew how to sail your boat effectively, then you probably, could just look at the top-down perspective. Honestly, I'm not sure if that's a perspective or a map. It could be either. So let's let out the sail full and turn with J, and we'll head towards that bridge. The wind is 10.5. We have a compass on our left, and our time, which is ticking away. You'll also see how the wind is affecting the sail on the boat, with a little diagram at the bottom there. And I'm sure some of you must have been thinking, you weren't expecting me to go into this depth, But I know there's a handful of people, maybe just one, who watch my channel who are sailing enthusiasts. And me personally, I've never really been sailing. I had the opportunity, but I turned it down. I live by the coast, I should point out, so I've seen my fair share of boats, but I decided against it. Several times, in fact. And there was one time, there was somebody I was seeing at the time, their father owned a boat. And I always thought, maybe I should go out on that boat sometime. And they assured me, if you were to do that, you would be horribly, horribly seasick. Because getting your sea legs... Oh my... What the... Ow. Ow. I have no idea what happened there. The game was so upset with me. And my anecdote about getting sea legs, which is something you have to do, otherwise, you can't go on a boat, it'll just make you sick all the time. That it decided to make a high-pitched PC speaker whine and then kick me out. So that's the end of the adventures of Boaty McBee. Were they good? I mean, not particularly. He just sort of sat there, twiddling with his rudder. But, it's nothing new there, I guess. And if you like me talking about random DOS games, I do it all the time. Feel free to take a look at the hundreds of other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see, you can always subscribe. And if you can think of a better name for a boat than Boaty McBee, you're probably one of my astute nautical patrons who could sail their way wherever they pleased. Look at those great names. Captains, the lot of them. So yeah, this was mildly entertaining. It's an exceedingly niche product. But hey, I enjoyed myself. Briefly, once I figured out the key commands. I don't think it'll make a sailor of me, though. Until next time.